Hey guys, today of course it's about saving and selecting your wedding date. Now let's just get right to it. When selecting your wedding date, it's best to know what exactly you want. You don't have to know every detail about your wedding, but maybe certain directions that you probably want to take. So if you're thinking about, I want to have a fall theme wedding, guess what? It's best to have it during fall season. You can have it off season too and during the summer, but guess what? You can find some of the details that you need for your fall theme wedding right in your neighborhood because it's fall. If it's fall around that time, it's best time to have it. If you want to have a summer theme wedding, guess what? It's best to have it during the summer because you'll have all the items that you need, all the details, most at least, right in your neighborhood or right in your local department store and available at Michael's and other craft stores. So if you want a winter wedding during the summer, it's gonna have a hard time if you're trying to put snowflakes or something. You're gonna have a hard time trying to find some of these items. So save you the headache as well as the extra shipping that you're gonna have to pay because you're getting it overseas or international or from a wedding catalog. So if you don't have to pay for these extra items that you can get right in your neighborhood, guess what? So start thinking about the theme that you want or you may want right off the bat, because that's going to help you along the way. Another thing that you can do is trying to figure out when is off season and low season. I mean off season and high season. So based on where you're located or where you want to have your wedding, you should try to figure out when is high season and when is low season. Call the different areas, different venues that you're looking to possibly have your wedding and ask them when is their high season, when is their low season. So that way you can see and find out if they have extra savings if you do your wedding during off season. So because I live in South Florida, I know when it's high season and low season here. So you'll have to find out based on your area. Yes, there is a national months that some seasons are higher than others, but you should definitely find out in the different locations that you're thinking about having your wedding. So off seasons are usually during the worst weathers. Not necessarily the worst weathers, the coldest months. So if you're in New York and you want to have your wedding in February or when it's really cold during that time of year, guess what? Not many people have their weddings during the really cold season. So you may want to decide to come do a destination wedding in South Florida where the weather is a little better in here in my neck of the woods. So off seasons are usually January, February, March. You probably figure, like, why is December not in the months? That's winter time. Why is December not in? Well, December is a different kind of month because just because a venue is not having a wedding doesn't necessarily mean that they're not doing other things. So December is usually for holiday parties, corporate functions. So there's a lot of things going on. Not wedding is off season for wedding, but the venues are busy during the December months. So high seasons, that's usually summer months. So you're looking at June, July, iffy in July, August, as well as September and October. So during the summer months, of course, June, July, and August. Personally, I'm not a fan of those months because because I live in South Florida. It's extremely hot around that time. So, but nonetheless, that's high season. That's when everybody decides to have their wedding. So the venues are really busy. So if you want to have a summer wedding, you need to act now. Book your venue now. because you may decide this week you want to have your wedding in June, but you don't want to make the deposit. And next month come around, it's like, yeah, I want to have my wedding in June, and the date that you wanted is gone, is booked. So find out the month that you want to have your wedding. If it's during the summer, find what you need and booked. And why is September and October on the list? Now, September and October on the list because the weather is starting to get better. It's not hot, it's not freezing cold, it's just right. So it's a better month to have your wedding around that time. So a lot of weddings also take place in September and October. So that's not high season. So you may not be getting a discount for those months. You can select February. I had my wedding in February. Now, the thing about February, it's Valentine's Day, the month of love. Yes, you probably can find savings in February for your venue. But there's another little thing that you need to consider is your centerpieces, your flowers. During the month of February, the cost of flower, jump up. So the price that you probably used to pay a couple of cents for one rose is probably like double or triple the amount for the cost of rose. So the same thing for the month of December, Easter, Mother's Day. The cost of flowers for those months goes up. So if you want your wedding to be in February, yes, you can probably save on the venue, but you're going to pay a little bit more for your centerpieces. So keep that in mind. I believe that may be it with selecting your wedding date. These are some quick tips that that I decided to jot down that probably can help you save money when helping you determine your wedding months, what month you want to have your wedding. And think about it, if you come into South Florida, definitely call local wedding planners here in South Florida. There are many great wedding planners here, so they'll be able to assist you if you're having a destination wedding here in South Florida. Only because South Florida is a little different as far as the weather is concerned. We have great, amazing weather all year long, so this is a perfect location for you guys. I'm not advertising South Florida by any means, but if you're trying to run away from the winter months but you want to have a wedding in the winter, South Florida will be the best bet because it's such a beautiful weather all year long. So I hope this video is able to help and assist you in any way when selecting your wedding date. I believe any date that you select, you're gonna have an amazing wedding, only because it's between you and your boo. You guys are in love, and this wedding is about you, not about the months, not about the money, not about anything else, but it's about you. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you like, save, and comment. Feel free to send me a comment or an email here on YouTube, and I will be able to answer as much as possible. I'll try to answer as quick as possible, I'm sorry. And hopefully I'll probably do a frequent asked question as a video response. So as always, congratulations on your engagement, and I hope you guys stay tuned for the next video. Bye-bye. Become a fan by following us on Facebook and Twitter. Also, check us out on www.wowfactorweddingevent.com.